try to get some information out of her voluntarily. That's fucking way better. She'll probably be a little bit more open to talking if she's not being forced. But I'm totally willing to force her if necessary. Really hope no one cuts that clip out of context and just puts it up somewhere. So tell me, child, what is the reason for your sorrow? Ryan, it's creepy. Don't call her child. She's a grown woman, kind of. I mean, not grown. When in doubt, act like a priest. Everyone trusts them, right? No. Not so much. My sage died? What does that mean, Dane?
Her professor died.
Oh. Mission complete. Dane, time for you to roll the music.
Well, technically your assignment is not to kill the professor, it is to find out what she was researching.
Yeah, I know, that would have been a good troll moment where it's like, oh, that was an easy quest. Did you fancy her in many dishes? What the fuck does that mean, Ryan? Jesus. Sage and spice and everything nice? No, okay. Oh, dude. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, I got it. I just... Oh. Come on, man. She is grieving. Like, it was really bad. Ryan, she is grieving. How would she even respond to that terrible joke? She just died.
Brutalitops, please roll insight for me.
Okay.
Difficulty of 9. Never mind.
Nothing seems to go right today.
It goes right over your head, and nothing seems to go right today.
Oh, sorry, you meant an actual living thing died. I'm sorry. You just hear so much about the young entitled generation, you kids. I figured maybe you used up or someone had stolen your favorite spice, young lady. Was the sage an important figure in your life?
So my professor, and then she goes on. So Brutalitops, you overhear a name that you recognize. It is the name of the druid that you slaughtered in the inn.
Oh! Okay, well...
And she goes on about how, she was so dedicated to the cause, but there's something else that's a little wrong with her. This time it's Sir Quadri's turn for an insight roll. This one's going to be a little harder, difficulty of 11.
Was that the insight that I should have figured out who the professor was?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
This also goes through your head. Though Quadri, you notice a strange sort of whiteness to her eyes. You've seen this before in your magical life sometimes by people who do drugs of various kinds.
Oh, she's super high. Got it. Fuck, I hope these people don't know what happened to their professor. I am never ever going to sneak into this place. Also, have you taken drugs?
What?
Quadri says disapprovingly? Like, what the fuck, Quadri?
This is a good chance to roll persuasion, just to make sure you can, if you
Ryan.
If she won't respond with incredulity. Okay. It's not going to be bad, but it's not going to be great either.
Ryan, the dice gods giveth, and the dice gods taketh away. And Chris and Shane aren't here to have the garbage rolls, so...
You guys can always spend an XP to get a card, by the way.
Fuck. Who do you think we are, Chris and Shane? Come on. OMG. I'm spending to get a plot twist card. Okay.
Okay.
Ryan wants a
Deal.
plot twist card.
1, 2, Sir Quadri Philippe. Deal.
Oh no.
Have a look at your card, which I can't see. Actually, no, I can. Not as it seems.
Not as it seems. Ryan's gonna spend the XP to make it so that the druid was actually good all along. You know, flip it back again 4 campaigns later. Not as it seems. All right, Ryan. What are you doing with your card? Those hostages really allure into a trap. An empty street conceals assassins. What? I don't. Things are not what they appear to be. A gift makes you the target of a murderer. This is not great for us. Target fails any check made to avoid being surprised. Oh god. Fucking cards.
Hope Shane shows up. I thought he'd show up like an hour late.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Stupid realtor being sick on Tuesday. Thanks, Shane's realtor. Shane's realtor is one of our 22 subscribers, and she's like, fuck this, 21 as soon as this video goes out. She's out. Or he, actually. I don't know what the gender of Shane's realtor. I shouldn't be assuming. God, what are you going to do with this card, Ryan? Every time you use a plot twist card, something terrible happens. Specifically when you do it, and you don't do it that often, but you almost killed me that one time. Okay, so after talking with us just a little bit, this lady is just absolutely taken aback by my musical performance, by my ability to then talk to her after. And she's been through so much, she needed that, and she's ready to break. So she's going to just give us the gift of all the information she has on her about the horrible situation going on at the lab. However, the price is someone knows she knows, and that someone is also watching us and is a murderer.
All right, 1 second. She sees.
So I think he was using a gift.
A hostage.
To make you the target of a murderer.
Oh, a hostage is really a lure into a trap. Okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Or
I think he was using a gift to make you the target of a murderer, because the gift was all the information, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my interpretation. I don't mean to speak out of turn.
Oh, right. So Hallis sort of just breaks down, and she seems to be under some sort of spell, but she just seems to collapse in on herself, and she'll tell you that here, I'll write it in bullet points because I think it'll be easier
Yep.
for me to sort of come up with it on the fly here, because I know what's happened, but I gotta narrate.
Don't even worry about it. Murderer. Man, I don't feel nearly as bad about murdering this woman before, by the way. If she was actually just like a giant scumbag.
Well, the murderers. Anyway. So yeah, I'll just do this in rapid fire kind of here.
Her professor was pursuing secret research on plants. She was a minor assistant and wasn't allowed below.
Reward.
She suspects the others were slowly eaten over time, but she doesn't know by what. The enchantment that allows them to bypass the Bramblestone is gifted by a runestone. She hands them the runestone. Well, that's convenient. She loved the
Like not
professor
loved
too
as
much.
in like
Yeah.
like
But,
in
yeah. In
familial.
yes. Too much. To
So
say.
obviously, as Hallis is spilling her guts, 3 individuals approach out of the forest.
Okay. I'm assuming they won't see me with my sweet stealth roll.
Well, I'll do perception for each of them.
Okay. On this episode of Pajodquest, Brutalitops sits in a bush for like 6 years.
One does see you.
Okay. I'm gonna just pretend that nothing weird is happening. And that it's just totally normal for me to just be in this bush.
So obviously, I'm going to change the music here because it's not appropriate for the situation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do my best to not look like I'm suspicious or eavesdropping. And it's just like, yeah, I'm just hanging out in a bush. Don't worry about it.
So they rush forward on Quadri before, like, you're not going to get a surprise round or anything, but before you can really react vocally, at least, they all draw blades.
Oh, okay. I'm obviously gonna fight. I was just like, oh, wait to see how this plays out. But yeah, if they draw blades, I think I know how this is gonna play out.
Indeed, and they point them toward Quadri, and also Hallis, and they begin to say things such as, "You traitor! You gave away her secret!" Or at the very least, gave information that was not very nice to do. So obviously these other people are the other assistants. They apparently saw her join Quadri and overheard her spill all the information. So these are basically a bunch of young druids. So if you want to fight them, they will be druids.
Ryan, you on board with this? We can take 3 druids. And you were even playing your flute before, so you'd have the ability to use your shades, I think?
That really makes sense. All right. Obviously, you'll need to give me a couple seconds to build a battlefield for this.
Yeah, totally. No worries, Dane. All right, we're back. We're ready for a combat fight battle thing.
A combat battle fight.
Yeah, combat battle. That's gonna be the name of the episode now. Combat battle fight. If I remember to do that, I'm not gonna. Maybe. Yeah, we rolled initiative off camera. The druids are all going. I'm sorry, 2 of the druids are going first, then Ryan, then the other druid, then me, because I'm bad at combat. And Hallis is there, I guess. I love this battle music so much.
All right. So obviously, they spare no time. However, they're all going to cast exactly the same thing on their first turn, which is Barkskin.
Ryan, might I suggest attacking the one that doesn't have a chance to cast it before you do? Before you get to attack. Okay, so they're all bark? Perfect. I know exactly how to handle this situation. It's just too bad that Vampiro's not here.
Quadri, your turn.
Yep, attack Hallis. That's exactly what I was talking about, right?
Obviously, Hallis is in tears, just like the portrait.
Yep. Just start looking through my abilities already, because I know I'm going to need to use some of the fancier ones. Deepen shadows. Over the course of a minute, the shadows in one 10-foot by 10-foot or smaller area grow larger, deeper, and more concealing, causing a brightly lit area to become dimly lit area to become dark. The change is so gradual that it requires a wisdom insight check. Using your spell save DC to notice it is occurring. Any light-based spell, even that created by a 0th level spell, will instantly end. Oh. Okay.
Don't click on them to cast them.
Yeah, I thought he was casting it. That's why I was reading it. I was like, what the fuck is he casting the spell for? This seems like completely useless. And then that makes sense.
He does have lots of spells, so you could just go invisible and run away.
Oh yeah, great plan. Don't give him ideas, Dave.
That probably doesn't match up with the music because it's delayed, but hey.
That's okay. Okay, well, now I think we know what his real move is.
Yeah, that's obviously... So you run forward, slip behind a tree trunk, and stab with your rapier. Obviously, that's a hit.
Hell yeah.
All right. -6 HPs.
Nice.
These guys are about similar level of you guys, so just keep that in mind about the HP level.
Okay. Unlucky. Tree bark this, you stupid hippies.
All right, so you moved, you stabbed, you don't have a bonus action you want to use this turn, I'm assuming, so...
Oh, fuck, I hit... I did the thing you said not to do. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I thought I just clicked on that.
I know
but...
it's hard, I know, but to kick the gear every time.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously she will also cast Barkskin. Brutalitops.
Fucking do that. Good. I'm going to charge forward, also towards Neophyte M, and I'm going to smack him with the Staff of the Elements in fire style.
All right, that you're vastly quicker than they can even react, and smacks into them. Unfortunately, Barkskin does not give them a vulnerability to fire. It just increases their AC.
Unfortunate. Does
Indeed.
that do enough damage, or is that a high enough to pass?
Oh yeah.
AC? Oh cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do that for damage.
All right.
7 fire damage. Wait, wasn't what's her face when I fought her actually weaker to fire? I feel like that was a thing. Or am I misremembering? Their professor when we had single combat post-coital.
Yes. However, I believe there was a special condition there, in her equipment.
Oh.
But
okay.
Barkskin is not. I mean, if they become like a plant creature,
yeah.
maybe.
I thought maybe it was just like because they were druids or something. I had to pick one. I feel like fire was still the better thing anyway. But yeah, okay.
It's all good.
And then obviously I'm going to follow that up with my sweet horns. Is it beast or monk that I'm allowed to use as the second action?
Monk. The defender wins in that case. So you know that their AC is all now 16 because they have Barkskin.
Okay.
Unfortunately, though, the skin does not allow the glancing blow to penetrate.
Okay.
That's all good for your turn. Bonus action, you moved, I guess, and charged, and blah,
Yep.
blah, blah. Okay. All right, Hallis will go cry, cry, cry into her hands.
What a fucking useless waste of a turn. Come on, Hallis. Get your shit together. We're totally carrying this team.
All right, Druid Neophyte R is going to cast her Wild Shape. And one moment, please. She'll become a bear. A black bear, I think. Oh, it's a brown bear, I think, actually. Brown bear.
Perfect. That makes it fair now. One beast apiece.
Brown bear, there's a brown bear, and Let me just change her. Actually, no, I'll just use a icon for that. That's fine. And that is a bonus action, so she will charge in and go roar as a bear at Brutalitops.
It's easy. I fought off bears before.
All right, multi-attack. The bear makes 2 attacks, one with its bite, one with its claws. So
What, beasts get to attack twice in a turn? That's totally unfair.
Monsters of all stripes
I was
have multi-attack.
super joking because I do that literally every time we fight.
Indeed. All right, so first attack is a bite versus your AC.
Oh, that's
Roll the
hit.
critical. Nothing goes right today.
Nothing's going right today.
All right, the bear trumps down on Brutalitops' leg as hard as possible.
Yep, thanks, Shane.
And you take 8 plus 4, so that's 12 damage, piercing damage.
Dope. 21 health.
All right, Neophyte D is going to back away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 second. Need like multiple of the compendium open at once for all these spells and shit.
Like these dude loves here. Brutalitops is not a wrestling fan and has no idea what you're talking about.
What?
That reference goes right over my head, but nothing would go over my head. I know who Dude Love is, Ryan. Brutalitops doesn't. Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
Sorry, looking up spells is a slow process. Bear with me.
It's okay. We trust the process. No, Ryan. You gotta trust the process.
All right, let's see. Thorn? No, that's Hail of Thorns. Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, Warlock. That's mean. I guess I could do it, but that would be too mean, I think.
Do you think?
Bike growth. All right, it's going to cast Spike Growth. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts with hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration, and when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes a bunch of damage. So
awesome.
2d4 damage. So it's going to obviously center it on you guys. So yeah. 20 feet is...
Their friends are there too. So.
Yeah, 1 second. 5... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. Okay. Actually. All right. So as the thorns erupt from the earth, Quadri and Brutalitops, roll a Constitution save, difficulty of 11.
Nothing seems to go right today.
And same with you, Quadri. Thank you. So Quadri is able to withstand this and put his body in exactly the right position. Brutalitops, unfortunately, the spikes dig into you as they erupt from the ground.
Fuck!
And you take 4 damage. 4 piercing.
Okay.
Quadri, your turn. You guys aren't doing too hot.
No, that's not so great. If Shane wanted to show up at any time, it would be greatly appreciated.
It would be, wouldn't it? Nice play, plant guy, but it's not to take more than an oak to supplant this dynamic duo.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even see. Come on. Supplant. Come on, Ryan. Witch Bolt. A beam of crackling blue energy lances forward toward a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. Make a ranged spell attack against that creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell range or if it has total cover from you.
Beam. Yeah, if you're forming a beam, then it'll hit everybody in between them too. So if you will hit the one directly in front of you and our M and R, I believe. Yep. So what's your? So they have to roll versus your DC for your spellcasting. So what's the DC for your spellcasting, Ryan?
I really hope this hits. With a bonus of 4?
Why a bonus of 4?
Because he says so. Spell attack bonus of 4? He's just saying the stats. Those are 2 different areas. Oh, okay. I think he's just not sure what.
Oh, right. So yeah, 1d20 plus 4, please. You're right. I'm doing it backwards. You're correct. Roll a 1d20 plus 4.